Hey, I just saw the Joker and I liked it. I thought it was really good. Basically, it's about I'm gonna have a long minute. What I liked about it was how one of the themes or plot points, I guess, was how there's a certain group of people there's not really room for in modern society just because they can't connect with people, or they're dealing with mental illnesses. And it's about how they don't have anyone to turn to. And after a certain point, after years and years and years of being rejected and degraded by the people that you meet, or just people just being indifferent about you, not noticing you, or not caring about what you have to say or what your thoughts are because you've been classified as other or as not valid because of how awkward you are, or whatever, or strange and unconventional your social interactions are, just awkwardness and mental illness. And then eventually you'll have someone who doesn't appreciate who doesn't appreciate being rejected and going unnoticed all the time, and just having everyone be indifferent to him despite his efforts to get people to, be normal to him. And then you get someone like the Joker who just flips. And it's not entirely his fault, in all honesty. Just like the school shooter thing. Obviously, there are people who are just... Well, no, not really. I don't even think that. But there's people that are just bad. I mean, there are bad people, sure, but not just... I don't really think so. But I'm not saying you have to be sympathetic about everything, but, I mean, at a certain point, some people are made into the way they are. Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was a really good movie. And it got criticism or backlash for depicting the Joker as a hero. I mean, it's the movie about the Joker. That's what. Don't watch the movie. I don't know. If you don't want to see a bad person, a villain, it's about the Joker. I mean, you know what the Joker is, so I don't get that. They made a movie about... whatever. I mean, it's the Joker. He's a little crazy, obviously. It's the freaking Joker. But yeah. Oh, I just turned my windshield on. Oh wait, that's the wrong way. Yeah. I mean, it got backlash for depicting someone like that. Basically, kind of like an incel, not like really, but those type of people who just kind of people that just socially awkward people, like people with issues within themselves and they can't really connect with people. Yeah, so they got whatever. So they got flack for depicting that kind of person as someone who can rally people behind him or whatever. Depicting that someone because he stalked a woman, and in the movie. I'm talking about the movie. But yeah, so they were like, you shouldn't. Yeah, depict people that are violent, whatever, and show all these have all these issues and negative things about them that they're doing, or negative actions, and then depict them as the hero or someone able to be rallied behind. But really, that's not unrealistic. You have people like Hitler, if you go into the extreme version, who led a whole country against a race of people. I mean, he didn't lead the whole country against the race. That was his little group, but I guess. But let the whole country, got the whole country to allow him to do that. That wasn't a good decision, obviously. But that's not unrealistic. That's how you get these people, by saying they shouldn't be allowed to be seen or whatever. And that's not the answer to that. And first of all, it's art, so you can't be censoring all. That's just stupid to me. Like, oh my god, it's a movie about the Joker. It's the Joker. Like, obviously, I mean, that's kind of what makes the Joker the Joker. It's a character trait of the actual person. And it's a movie that deals with the modern age and how you have this giant or disproportionate number of, not disproportionate, above average number of mass shootings from people who aren't strong people, like from people who aren't, they're not the leaders of the world or of their community. They're not respected in their community. But that's how they get even. But that's how you get power, because they've been rejected their whole life. And some of it's really, like I said before, not that obviously going and killing people, that's their fault. They shouldn't do that. That's their choice to do that. But there are things that happen before that in a person's life. And you see it in fucking school, like. Yeah, you see people just be fucks to people and ignore them and treat them like they're less than them. Laugh at what they say, and not in a fun. I fucking hate when, and teachers let it happen too. Everyone lets it happen. Not everyone, but majority of people turn a blind eye, which is conducive to it, which isn't, it's not, I'm staying out. No, you're letting it happen. You're furthering the situation. You're letting it continue and bubble and simmer and stew, and then you're gonna get fucking killed when they're tired of being treated like shit for something that they can't really control. You can get better at interacting socially, but sometimes you can't get better at it, and people have to be fucking nice and be like, you know what, I understand you don't get all the nuances of the conversation or whatever, but I'm going to treat you with grace and kind of fill in the gap that you have, and I'll just go a little extra. I fucking hate people, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, they're fucking mean. And then, yeah, whatever. It was a good movie. Shined light on the issue. It doesn't get a lot of light. It gets covered in a different way, in a demeaning way to the people that it affects. I'm kind of talking about a lot of things at once here. It was a good movie. Go see it. There was one really violent part though. But I mean, you can tell what's happening, like, before it happens, because yeah. It was a good movie. It's like, there was one shot of, it was a shot of the train, the subway. It was a metro, going through the whole city, like just one giant track. It was just a shot. That was just a cool shot. Like, divided the city in half. And then you have him you have the Joker in paint and face paint on the train getting chased by police, and then he hides among the 50 people in clown masks that he's inspired. That was a cool shot of it, like just kind of tracking him as he's going through all these clowns, and like That was cool. And then there's, in the beginning of the movie, there's a shot of, it's not in focus. It's focused on the window. So it's like, it's him leaning against the window, but the camera's outside looking in. He's on a train. They like, the window is kind of like foggy, stained a little bit because it's old and dingy on the subway. And the shot is centered, it's focused on the actual window, not him behind it. So you see it's kind of like a color, discolored of his face. So it all kind of morphs together. So the browns and the whites and the beiges. It looks like a painting. It looks very nice. It's a good movie. That was 10 minutes long, dang. All right, it's a good movie. You should go watch it. Take a little shot at myself.